Yes, the first question the brother is asking, is it obligatory on a friend to advise his friend when he makes a mistake, or forbade him when he makes a mistake, ask him to stop? For example, if you are walking with your friend and he committed ghiba, that's backbiting, he started backbiting someone, is it obligatory on you to stop him, try to stop him or advise him? Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about the people before us, and one of their bad attitudes, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Holy Quran, they didn't use to forbade one another from doing sins and wrongdoings. كانوا لا يتناهون عن منكر فعلوه. They didn't use to forbade one another when one of them does a mistake. Because if you do not remind him or try to stop him, that will spread. It spread from him to others, to others, to others, till it's spread in the whole society. So this works on both in two ways. The first way, as a form of reminders. It is obligatory upon you to remind people, because probably he didn't realize it. He was not aware of it. He didn't know that this is ghiba. He knows that ghiba is haram. All of us, we know that ghiba is haram, right? But sometimes we do not know exactly what is ghiba, or whether this is ghiba or not. So it is very important to remind him. The second one is to try to stop him. Tell him, fine, when I am there, because if you will remain seated with him and continue listening to him, you will be actually a partner in sin with him, God forbid. So ask him to stop or leave. I'm not going to listen to ghiba, because you'll start losing hasanat yourself, God forbid. So it is, yes, it is an obligation to remind him, advise him, and then try to stop him if you could. Anyway, by diverting the speech. The easiest way is usually speak about a different topic. Because there are some people who like to talk too much. So just guide him somewhere, yes. Divert his attention to another subject, and then start talking about it, and you'll be safe. This is much better. Now, if you really care about your friend, you should do your best to stop him from backbiting, because he's losing his hasanat. And when you do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will appreciate it, don't worry. His heart and your heart are with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you do it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you should not worry. You haven't done anything wrong, you have done something good. He should understand that, he should appreciate it, don't worry. In all cases, advise him, but in a nice way, in a wise way, in a good manner, and that's it. Do not think of yourself as a better person. No, you never know who is better in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only thing that he needs a reminder. Maybe his tongue slipped, he didn't think about it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. The second question of the brother, there was a second question. Now, the second question of the brother was, can any Muslim state for sure that someone is going for heaven or going to hell, God forbid? Is it permissible for any person in this world to state such a thing? Now, if you mean by any person, a person like the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ who received revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yes, the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ, not by himself, by the revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he can state that. Anybody else who does not receive a revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no. We can never tell. Except those that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already promised them paradise. We can. So we know for sure that the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ in heaven, and the major Sahaba are in heaven, all of them, and the people of Badr are in heaven, as the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ mentioned, and the 10 people who were given the glad tidings of paradise are in heaven. We know for those people for sure. Anybody else? No, we are not sure. Nobody knows. Because what is so important is the last part of his life. A person could be a good person till very near to the end of his life, and then, God forbid, he could just be astray. And the other is also true. So, stating for anybody, no, you cannot do that. This is not up to you, this is up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah Almighty already clearly said this in the Holy Quran. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us actually a very high level of this, that it's not up to you. It's up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In fact, one ayah was revealed to the Messenger of Muhammad ﷺ similar to this. It's not up to you, it's up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just like. In one ayah in the Holy Quran, in two places in the Holy Quran, the ayah is very similar with slight differences of wording. that those who believe, and the Jew, and the Christian, and the Sabais, it is up to Allah Almighty to judge between them. Who is judging? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, those who believe, and the Jew, and the Christian, and the Sabais, those who believe among them and do good deed, Allah Almighty, there is no harm on them and no sadness, and to them there is a great reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given a criteria, says don't judge, you are not the one who judges. Because it's up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
They have to believe in Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
For sure, no. This ayah is just stating the level. We are not saying that those who are sabais or something, that is up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to us. That is as an individual. You cannot tell that a certain individual is going for heaven or hell. But in general, anyone who does not believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to hell. Anybody who does not believe in the Messenger of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is going to hell. Anybody who denies the pillars in Islam, etc. But as specification, no, it's not up to you. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Regardless, as long as he is a believer, it's not up to you. And you never know how he is going to end. 5 seconds before his death, it could change. It's up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The judging is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to people. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best.